Hi Virgo, welcome to your July 2023 reading. Mars is going to move into Virgo around July 11th this year. If you're a Virgo sun, this is going to help you up the ante quite a lot. The Knight of Wands popping out of the deck there, just showing like this month is about, picking up the tempo, a little bit more momentum, a little bit more drive and focus and energy as Mars moves into the sign of Virgo. And if you're a Virgo rising, this is going to help you get seen. If you're a Virgo Venus, this is going to up the ante around your relationships. And if you're a Virgo moon, there's going to be more of a stirring up on an emotional level. But no matter where your Virgo placements are or what they are, Mars moving into Virgo is giving you more energy, more sense of focus, willpower, determination, and you're happy to make a bit more effort. I think it's good overall for the physical body too. That's what I'm picking up on from the astrology intuitively. Let's look at the tarot now. Okay, so we're starting out 6 of coins. Let's just lay these out and we're going to get into what's going on. 3 of swords, death card, first major arcana. This is a month of transforming something in your life or evolving. The Fool card, another major arcana card. So you're in the season of transformation, new beginnings and things like that coming through. 4 of cups. We also have got the 10 of coins, which is Mercury in Virgo. This is going to be about attainment and a big presentation for you this month. Emperor, love that strong force, that Mars energy we're talking about. 10 of Cups, also a beautiful display of emotional well-being, the family, the pets, the children, happiness. First reversal, Page of Cups. And finally, we have the Knight of Coins, which is your energy, Virgo, mutable earth. The first card out, the 6 of coins, although it is the moon in Taurus, this person is holding the symbol, which is the same glyph for Libra. So I'm wondering, have you been dealing with a Taurus or a Libra recently? I'm wondering, Virgo, have you been sharing something with one of those signs? Well, whether or not it's been one of those signs, you have been sharing something with somebody. It could be sharing a car, it could be sharing an apartment, it could be sharing a role or a title or some sort of a responsibility. And part of this agreement is that it's supposed to be fair. And that's what the 6 of Pentacles or 6 of Coins is all about. Equilibrium. I think that's why we see the scales, and that's probably why we see the glyph for Libra as well. So what gives? Somebody's giving too much, somebody's overextending, somebody's not giving, somebody's not playing ball or not playing fair and square here. So whatever you're dealing with at the present moment, it seems like there is an unfairness about it, and there was supposed to be support, there was supposed to be a fulfillment of like an unspoken rule, basically an unspoken vow, and or maybe it was already signed upon, maybe this was all above board, but you're kind of like, I didn't think you'd do me that way, because the 3 of Swords is here and we see this person crying here, they're in pain because of this, they're frustrated, they're let down, and they're saddened as a result of this lack of support. Hey, I thought we were meant to be sharing the responsibility. Say it's your roommate. Hey, I thought we were going to not have to pull each other up on the chores, or say it's your romantic partner and you just feel unsupported by them and you feel like you've been giving so much. And it could be family, it could be at work. You'll know where you were supposed to be, making a fair and honest attempt to keep things even, to keep things balanced, to show support, to just have kind of no discrepancies. You'll know where it has been revealed, and that's what the 3 of Swords is. It can be a bit of a painful realization that something is not right. This can come with feelings of even as deep as being betrayed, even as deep as being stabbed in the back, or kind of like ganged up upon, or it may range to something that feels milder, hopefully, where you just feel disappointed. Maybe you are sad, maybe you've had a little bit of a cry over this because because you just don't think it feels right. And some of you, I get the impression that you've really withdrawn because of this, and you kind of are afraid to express, or you're hesitant to express that this is getting to you, because some people might brush it off as being no big deal, but for you it is a big deal, and it has been a realization. Maybe you're just seeing the world in another way now, Virgo. Maybe you're just seeing that there are certain people that you can't depend upon to be fair, be respectful. The Three of Swords represents the pain that you're going through now as you make realizations around people's intentions or people's level of, I don't know, level of maturity, level of integrity, I think. And the Death card, first major arcana card energy. Whatever has happened recently, it's actually inspiring a bigger change in you than you may have initially thought. The Death card, while we see endings coming up with the Death card, you could be ending a certain role, you could be ending a living situation, a job, you could be ending a place that you live, you could be moving completely to another place in the world or another place in your country. You could be ending a relationship with the Death card, you could just be outgrowing a situation. I think for most of you that's going to be what it is, and that can of course come with those other symbols and signatures of changing of a job or changing of a living situation. But basically it's stemming from a need on a soul level for you to shed the skin, like this snake. This snake is being seen with all of these glyphs. Again, you know, we're seeing them all, but I do have another glyph for Libra here and one right here. So I'm feeling like Libra energy is something that your focus is on at the moment, or there's a Libra in your life that is part of this change. Maybe you're watching a Libra change their ways and it's inspiring to you. But whatever it is, or you know, maybe you have Libra placements yourself, Virgo, but the way they've described all the astrological glyphs on this transformation symbol of the snake, shedding an old skin, outgrowing something, evolving, renewal, right? I think the astrological symbols is interesting because it shows you that there's a little bit of each of those symbols within you. There is in our birth chart anyway. Every sign is represented as an area of our life where we will display those tendencies. So it's about kind of like seeing the fullness of you, your full spectrum at the moment. And with that sense of renewal and change and evolution in your life, you're kind of okay with the endings, I think. I think you kind of understand them, and you see what parts of yourself that you've actually outgrown, and now you're ready to release. And it's something that's coming from a place of not feeling like you're supported anymore for some, and I think a bit more drastically the pain of betrayal, shock, or being taken advantage of, or realizing something wasn't right for you. That can be a little bit, you know, that can make us upset, of course, and that has actually been the thing to sort of motivate this bigger change for you overall. Now, more on a subconscious level, the Fool card. It says, okay, in many lifetimes at this point, Virgo, you've picked up and completely ran in a new direction. You have taken risks, you've taken gambles, you've began and started out a number of times. This is 0, the first card of the major arcana, the first part of our soul's growth. This person doesn't have any face. That's weird, but it's just showing you that that's you behind the mask, whoever you are. This is part of your journey. This is, you know, we see the butterfly here, we see transformation, we see the little kitty reaching out for the butterfly, kind of risky the way they're doing that. That ball could start rolling, and then this fool is down in the water. But maybe that's what he's okay with. Maybe he's aware that at any moment things could change, at any moment the energy could shift, and you're in a new period of discovery. You're in a new chapter and embarking on a new part of your journey. So the subconscious mind already has experienced this many times in this lifetime. Maybe we're even going back to other lifetimes where it's already kind of set in your psyche that, okay, things change all the time. I am a risk taker. I can always begin again. It's never too late to start again, or it's never too late to change course, change direction. That's what the Fool card suggests. It's the beginning of a new journey for you at this time in your life. July is when you are embarking on a new phase of your journey, even if it's more subconscious, even if it's just gearing up for you to make that more significant, outwardly obvious change, which I think for most of you involves across an ending of some sort in order to evolve to the next steps. The subconscious mind is already there. It already sees where you're going to be. We just don't consciously know that yet, but that's a nice place for you to be in the subconscious, because it's supporting risk taking. And then the subconscious part of the reading, well, let's see how that compares to your last card, the Knight of Coins, which of course is mutable earth, Virgo. So your subconscious mind already sees you where you're at in September of this year. Virgo sees in August of this year, let's say. That's already been discovered by your subconscious mind. It's just saying that, okay, take the risk, make the ending, and then you're going to progress to the next level. And does it support this? I think it does, because this will be then you getting into a new phase of life where you'll sink in a little bit more. This is a more of a slow moving energy. So the changes that you're making at this time and the endings that you're bringing about in your life at this time are going to slow down and settle in around August and September of 2023. So furthermore, the endings and evolution that's ongoing for you at this time is coming from this place of, hey, I thought I was supported here. I thought I was valued. I thought there was more respect. I thought there was more understanding. The balance is off. So maybe the situation you find yourself in that's encouraging you to make these endings and changes and transformations, new beginnings, yada yada, that could be because basically you thought that things were going to be more balanced here, but the balance became off slightly, maybe not drastically. This is only a slight imbalance in these scales. Maybe it was taking away from your ability to follow your creative goals or pursue family life or your relationships. Maybe it was a financial drain for you. For whatever reason, the balance was off slightly, not enough for everybody to be kind of like forcing you into a change, but enough for you to know that it was time. But for others, yes, the Three of Swords, of course, we're seeing a betrayal or something a little bit more of a shock, revelation, or painful truth that emerged in order for you to say, like, I've got to go, cut ties, I'm starting again, goodbye. The Four of Cups in your past position. This is a little melancholic, I think, Virgo. For some of you, you've been in a contemplative mood recently, at best. Others, this has been a little bit more of a downer overall. The Four of Cups, though, it is the moon in Cancer. The moon changes phase multiple times throughout the month. It moves so frequently in comparison to other planets. Every 2.5 days it's in a different sign. And with that, it's showing the changeability of the emotional world as humans. It's okay that, one day we feel something and the second day we feel completely different and the third day we're feeling something else. That's actually very normal, and our emotional inner world shouldn't be mistaken for objective reality, or it shouldn't be mistaken for anything that's permanently going to be with us. So this is something you're leaving in the past, a contemplative mood where you're just like, you're musing, perhaps some of you have been quite withdrawn. Perhaps some of you have been feeling a bit of a like, no, I'm not interested. I don't want to go out. I don't want to see you. It's kind of like, it's in a bad mood. Okay. And that's okay, because now it's in the past position. So this is indicating you coming a bit more into the world and there's, the victim narrative is being left behind, and you're not really replaying this story of like, well, this thing happened to me and another thing happened to me and it was really hard. That's fine, that's true, and that's very valid, but it's not really going to be something that's going to further your growth. It's going to kind of keep you stagnated, replaying those storylines. And the beautiful thing about a storyline is we're the person writing it, so we can just change the script at any time, and you're learning about that. So the kind of mood swings are then you know, you're getting a little bit of a chastising here from the Emperor card who's coming through in the higher self. This is the father energy, and this is the sort of assertive divine masculine of like, get up, come on, let's do something, like get moving. And sometimes it can be kind of stern, like this daddy energy of get your act together, like or whatever your dad would have said to you about something when you found yourself in a low mood or slumping or sulking even as a kid. You know, what were the words of encouragement or activation that they would have said to you to inspire you to get going and get up and at 'em again? The Emperor card is a very strong major arcana card of your feeling that like, okay, I have a right as much as the next person to be on the path that I want to be on, to make that money, to be in that position. 2 tens in the reading, the 10 of coins and the 10 of cups. This would then also reflect endings that's happening, you know, as much as there's new beginnings and a new chapter emerging, it hasn't quite happened yet. It's in the throes, it's in your vision. There are endings that have to happen. The 10s represent the end of a cycle. So more than 1 10, you're wrapping up a way of making money. Some of you are wrapping up a sort of route or a path like this that you had been on. So you had always thought you were going to keep on this path until reaching this sort of attainment of I guess a certain salary, a certain title, a certain career path overall, a certain direction. And that's now subject to change for many of you. But for some of you, you're actually going to continue on this path all the way through this month until maybe around the mid to late point, the 17th onwards of July. There's a new moon on 17th of July, and then the North Node of Destiny moves sign into Aries from Taurus on the 18th of July, and it's going to stay there for 1.5 years, activating a new part of your specific destiny in this lifetime. So for some of you, you're going to stay on that path till at least the 17th, 18th of July, and then maybe you get upgraded. Maybe you are you're being promoted around that time, or something changes where you're kind of like just taking a slight veer off, a little bit of a detour, but I see it as an upgrade at that time, an upgrade in your circumstances, no matter what it is: personal life, family life, relationships, business dealings. I also see like planning permission coming through this month for you, Virgo. The deeds, the property, the asset, that's all 10 of coins, something being builded upon further there. And this is something that, you know, makes you start thinking about your legacy this month, what you're leaving behind. Yes, that could be family, that could be generational wealth, but you're thinking about like what you're putting your name to at the moment and what's going to like be a testament to you. So you could be thinking about themes of reputation this month, especially after around the 17th, 16th, 17th, 18th of July. The 10 of coins represents some sort of a massive upgrade, payout, windfall, even inheritance, or some sort of an asset. In your environment, family life and friendships and your relationships are going really well. The 10 of cups, a beautiful scene. Of course, we have the family here, we have children, we have pets. This could be your own children. This could be nieces, nephews, cousins, relatives. They could be, of course, your own children, or they could be your parents, and you're here kind of going back to a time where you're in your inner child element, where you're just feeling really connected, safe and loved. And you're just, this is the environment. So it seems like family life, wedding, celebration, fun, harmony is all in your environment this month. And it seems like that there is a lot of unconditional love and light in your environment. So I think that this is a far cry from the 4 of Cups, Virgo, where you felt kind of disengaged recently, where you felt unconnected or disconnected from people around you, where you felt like you didn't really belong, or you just weren't interested in socializing and hanging out. This month in July, the environment really changes in terms of this feeling very welcoming and a real sense of belonging for you. But because it's another 10, it's going to be representing the end of a cycle. Some emotional issue that has been ongoing for you is reaching culmination and reaching resolution this month. So this month could be a time where you feel like it's been solved. The issue that had been bothering you emotionally has now been soothed out and resolved. Now there is a fear for you, the Page of Cups in reverse. This is a underlying insecurity. It comes from childhood. It comes from a time where you were really young, of course, and that's usually where they do come from, right? But in the reversal, and it's because it's a fear, this vulnerability of your youth, this vulnerability that was created within you as a young person is coming up again this month. I think that that's nice because it's obviously inviting you from this vantage point this month of having like good people around you and emotional safety and resolution and an outpouring of happiness. It's given you this window to tackle that underlying insecurity from your teenage years, from your childhood, from your youth. And the water in this card, I guess, is signaling the healing. I mean, this page, they do look a little bit kind of, I wouldn't say sad or anything, but they certainly look like they're sensitive. They look like they're a receptive person. They don't look like they're kind of blocking out or acting really tough. This looks like a sensitive fellow. Usually the Page of Cups is. But this is the underlying insecurity that comes up for healing or recognition this month. The Knight of Coins is how we end the month of July. Virgo, this is going to be your earthy energy. Green light, all systems go, going towards a goal or a mission. And it also shows your long-term plans at the end of the month. Not like super long terms. I'm not talking like 1 year or 5 year plan. I'm talking more about a 3-month plan. So you've kind of got a goal that is going to be your main focus, or you're going to be endeavoring to do something that takes place over the next 3 months from July. So that could be August, September, of course. That's when I'm really properly seeing that. The Death card is also kind of telling me like you're not afraid to look at your shadow now. You've seen the shadow in other people and you're starting to become aware of patterns that exist for you. And yeah, you're going to default. Yeah, you're going to go back there. You're going to have to because of this insecurity. You're going to have to sort of see where that's all coming from. But you don't get stuck there anymore. That Four of Cups energy of like stagnation or dwelling and sulking, that's actually been left in the past. So when we do default to a behavior that doesn't serve us anymore, we can kind of see it for what it is now. You're like, oh, I don't even really enjoy this anymore. So why am I doing it? And then move on from it rather than getting stuck there. And that's going to be part of, for some of you, this Death card emotional transformation that's underway as well this month. Take care and I'll see you soon. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Bye.